Right, we're on. This is the drill that keeps on working. I incorporate this a lot with my coaching. We're talking about strike today, trying to make sure we get a better contact, get rid of this heavy and thin strike. The drill is really simple. It'll take you maybe 10 seconds to get the feel for it. Once you get the feel for it, it's absolutely life-changing. It's a massive exaggeration. Okay, so a ball striking drill that just keeps on working. Sounds good, sounds achievable, sounds like everything every golfer wants to achieve. To get pure strike on the golf ball. What is pure strike though? Pure strike is ball turf contact. We want to make sure we get that every time to get that penetrating ball flight. Bobby Clampett wrote in his book, I think it was called The Impact Zone, that the further forward your low point is ahead of the golf ball, the lower your handicap's going to be. I guess what he means by that is the better your strike is, the closer you're going to get to target, therefore less chance of missing greens and shorter putts. So we've done it before, we've all hit the ground before the ball, we've all hit halfway up and thinned it, and that's what we want to eradicate. Now a lot of that comes from the centre of the body, the mass of your body moving too far off the golf ball on the way back. So then when we get the golf ball, or when we come back down towards the golf ball, that mass has to be ahead of the golf ball, or at worst case scenario, be on top of the golf ball. Now you can imagine if the mass of my body is behind the ball at impact, that's where I'm going to make contact with the ground. So I need to get the mass of my body, possibly my head, ahead of the golf ball to make sure that controls my low point. So ahead of the ball to make sure I get the ball turf strike that we're all after. Simple drill. Takes, as I say, it takes 10 seconds to get the feel for it. Looks a little bit radical, is that a word? But certainly the sensation that you feel from it is what you want to make sure you stay centred. Not sure I worded that all that well, but you get the idea. So take a dress position with your golf ball. Your normal dress position, take that. Get your right leg and straighten it solid, so it's firm. You'll feel when you do that, that your centre of mass, your axis, tilts slightly towards the golf ball. Now it will do because this leg, your right hip's now higher than your left hip because your left leg's still flexed. But you can see now, if I'm in that position and I take the club back, it's very hard for me to move onto my right side without my left leg straightening. So right leg fully locked up top of your swing, and maintain or slightly increase the flex on your left leg once you get there. Normal address position, right leg locked. You can see how my left leg flexed a little bit more. Right leg's locked up the top of my swing. When my left leg starts to flex a little bit more because there's turn of the hips, the left hip goes down, right hip stays high. And I'm now centred over the golf ball. It's very hard for me to shift my mass behind that golf ball on the way back. There, good. And then on the way down, I want my left knee to extend and rotate, we know that. Down into impact, and then from there, the right leg can flex on the way down. But by the time that happens, I'm now ahead of the golf ball. So my centre of mass is now going to be ahead of the golf ball, purely because I've got myself into that address position. I've allowed all this to happen. Dress position, good. I stand open, Eureka Golf Swing. Right leg stretched, locked straight, absolutely straight. Left leg flexed even more. Right hip's now high. Keep the right hip high on the way back, so left leg stays flexed. Then the way down, get my left knee out of the way, and the right leg can flex on the way down into impact. Much more centred over the ball. There we go, up top, into impact. Top, into impact. Right leg firmly stretched, straight, left leg flexed, and then both turning into impact. You could probably hear how good that was. That was good. The sensation and the feelings that you get from the right leg being completely locked at address are structured in a way that you can feel that your mass stays centred over that golf ball. You swing round the spine now. The game has become much more rotational, so as I say, round the spine it's much more rotational action now instead of a lateral motion. There's lateral motion going the way through and the way back. If you can stay centred, much more chance of controlling low point. Dress position, right leg's locked, left knee flexed. Left knee flexes more as I stay centred because the right knee's locked, and right hip stays high. Then from there, left leg starts to rotate, externally rotate, left leg starts to open and stretch as the right one flexes into impact, and I'm already ahead of that golf ball. Let's do one more. Then we'll do one in slow-mo, so you can see it and feel it. Good again. It does feel strange as soon as you lock the right leg into place. So down the line, as soon as I lock that into place, you can see the position I've got myself in. Basically, I've got my hips at my top of swing position. There. So all I've got to do is turn my shoulders, nothing else moves. I'm stuck on top of the golf ball. Then from there, left hip externally rotates and left knee externally rotates. Down, start to get a bit more flex back into the right leg. Basically what I've done there is it feels as though my hips are at the top of the backswing at the address position. So good. There we go, hope that makes sense. It's a drill that keeps working. Every time I give a pupil this to do, they can feel the sensation straight away. They can feel at the top of their swing is exactly the same hip-wise as their address position, so therefore they're centred over the golf ball. So they started centre, although the bottom half's almost turned already, effectively. And then through impact, everything can go left towards target, downwards, forwards and outwards towards target. There's a little button at the bottom of your screen that says subscribe on it. Go and click that for me. And also a little thumbs up, that really helps me. Thank you.